Hey there, it's back to school week for our household, so what better way than to make a nice comforting meal for my family. We are going to make homemade spaghetti and meatballs. Not homemade spaghetti, but box spaghetti and homemade meatballs. We're going to make some homemade, wonderful, delicious garlicky butter breadsticks. They're so good, you got to try them. I need to also make some bread for us to have during the week. We're making our own homemade bread, so that's going to be something we're going to make today. And then a nice little treat. I'm thinking a throwback to something we've made for many, many years, and I've been making it for all 10 of my children. And so I'm thinking some wonderful, delicious treat that we've been making for a long time. So you just have to stay watching. So you ready for a great day making food? All right, let's go. This is what I use to mix my dough in. It's a dough machine. Greatest thing ever if you do a lot of baking. Linked in my Amazon store below. Into here, we're gonna add 2 cups of warm water, a tablespoon of yeast, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. You can let that sit, or you can just keep adding your ingredients. I'm going to turn it on for just a minute. Now your mixer, you're going to wonder, why doesn't it run constantly? Is it broken? No, it's pauses so that it doesn't overload the motor. So it works really good, and then it also gives the dough, when you have all the flour in there, a chance to rest. You're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm going to add in 4½ cups of flour. I like to use bread flour for this recipe. If you can't afford it, you can use regular all-purpose flour. That's fine too. It's just the bread flour gets a little bit softer. Not a big deal. We've done it for years just because we couldn't find bread flour inexpensively. So I get a big bag at Sam's Clubs, and that's what we use. While that's mixing up, I'm going to set up my slow cooker and I'm going to cook my meatballs. The meatballs I have made, pre-made on my freezer meal making day about a month ago. So I purchased one time for 3 months, and I have all the meat that I need for the next 3 months in our household, and then some usually. Meatballs are something we enjoy eating, so I made a whole bunch of these for my freezer. These are a family favorite. Had them in the freezer. Put the lid on these. I'm gonna turn these on high so they get browned in the next couple hours. Then I don't have to worry about using up my oven space for now. I do have this spaghetti squash here, and I'm gonna use this up because I like this with meatballs and spaghetti sauce, and so I'm just gonna poke a couple holes in this. It's kind of small. I'm gonna do it in my microwave for the first time. Some of you recommend doing the microwave. We have a smaller microwave, and I feel like it doesn't work that good, but it's either that or it's gonna be in the oven for an hour. So I figured, let me try it in the microwave and see how it does. Look at that, makes the dough perfectly. So I'm gonna take this out and put it into here to rise because I wanna start making up breadsticks. The next recipe is one of our favorites. We have been making this one for a few months now and absolutely love it. So I will give you a version for just 8 breadsticks. I always make more because these seem to go so quickly in our family. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, double or triple my recipe here, but for one batch, I'll tell you the ingredients for one batch. For 8, you're gonna add 1 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of yeast, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. You can give it a little stir or turn it on, either one. Then you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil. And then you're gonna add in 2 1/4 cup of flour. Okay, so I'm out of bread flour and my sugar is gonna be running low, so I might as well fill up those containers now. I get the big bags of flour, so I fill up this big container. It's an actual dog food container, but it seals, so it works nice, and I fill up these smaller containers to store in my pantry, and those are the ones I usually use for daily use. Now I can add more flour to my bread dough. Now what's great about this, it's all done. So now you can put it on the ferment setting, ferment, and start. And you can set the time as long as you want. So this will actually keep this slightly warmed and do wonderful right here. We're gonna let it rise up. So while the meatballs are getting browned here, cooking, it's gonna take a few hours, which is good. I need a break today for school. And then the bread is gonna be rising up. I'm gonna make a family nostalgic treat that if I don't have it for quite some time, the kids will be like, I remember having that. So you know what we're gonna make? Can you guess? Your clue is pumpkin and chocolate chips. So pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. We have made these since the beginning of time. I went back to my blog to look this up. 2013 I posted this recipe, so it has been over 12 years on there that we've been making it. Now I used to get the big giant cans of pumpkin, and so the recipe I had to scroll down to the smaller size family one, and I used to make the big giant can, and I do that every single month, and we would just have a ton of muffins. So let me tell you what to put into your mixer. So into your mixer, you're gonna take your big can of pumpkin. This one is 29 ounces, and that one is 29 ounces in here. Put that into your mixer bowl. You can mix it by hand as well, but I'm gonna let my machines do my work for me today. This goes in here, and then you're gonna add in 3 eggs. Then you're gonna add 2 cups of sugar. And 3/4 cup of oil. While that one's mixing together, you want to mix separately in a bowl the dry ingredients. Now, I didn't do this all the time when the kids were little, the older ones especially, and they remember way too many times biting down into going, ew, it tastes like baking soda. So I've learned, do your flour separately, people. So into here, we're gonna do 2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. And I like to add cinnamon and nutmeg. So a teaspoon of cinnamon, you can add nutmeg if you want. I'm gonna skip that today. Then mix that together. Add 2 cups chocolate chips. Now I'm just gonna put them in my muffin tins while the oven preheats. So I'm kind of in a still moment doing other things here while I'm waiting for bread to rise and the muffins to bake. So I'm gonna get my pot of water filled up because this I will cook spaghetti for later. And then I'll get a smaller pot out and we're gonna put our mixed vegetables in there and I'll cook those on the stove as well. I'm taking my spaghetti squash out of the microwave here. I'm gonna open it and see if it cooked. Okay, that worked. What would I do different? The first time, a lot of the outside shell kind of like fluffed out, so I was afraid to like lose that. So I didn't really scoop out the slimier seed part. So then I just kind of pulled them out after, but I realized the second one I pulled out all the slimy seed part and then just kind of scraped it and got the good stuff. So that's what you would do. That was my own fault. So great idea if you got a smaller, my microwave's kind of small, so like that one worked because it was tiny, but that's good. Spaghetti squash, I'll be having this. Salt and pepper, seasoning, delicious. Now my breadsticks are nice and risen right now, so I'm gonna roll these out into little logs and put them on a cookie sheet. Now you can, I've done this many ways. You can take and just roll it out like almost like a pizza and then cut it up that way. You can take and do like the little logs like I'm doing right now. You can just kind of do it real messy and it works. It really doesn't matter. They're that delicious how good they are. So it's just, I'm gonna divide this. I did the 3 times in this batch, so I'll divide it into 24 balls and just roll it, put it on parchment paper, let it rise for a few minutes and bake in the oven. It's really good. I might have to wash that so you don't have to worry about that. We did. It won't be that bad. Excuse me.
That's what I do.
Okay, good job. You're doing great. Good old pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. We've been making pumpkin chocolate chip muffins since Ashlyn was little. These have been a family favorite for many, many years. We enjoy making them. We go in spurts where they like them, where they don't like them. And so they all came down, they're like, it smells like chocolate pumpkin muffins. I'm like, it is. So hopefully everybody will enjoy them today for a nice little treat after their schoolwork. Now my bread dough has risen, so I'm going to divide this in two. Just kind of roll it out a little bit there and then roll it up and then put it into the bread pans. And I have two of them here. Those will rise up and those will be going in the oven in just a few minutes. This has got to be our absolute favorite bread. It's replaced our sliced bread. We don't even buy sliced bread at the store anymore, so it's a good thing. And now to make the best topping for the breadsticks, you're gonna use butter. Now I've got this spreadable butter spread here that I have to use up. So I just melted this in the microwave, and inside of it, I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning, and I have garlic pepper. Garlic powder works better, but I don't have any, so that's okay. Mix it up, make sure you are very liberal with it. Definitely don't skimp on this at all, and you're gonna spread this on your warm breadsticks when they come out of the oven and sprinkle some Parmesan cheese onto it. It is the best. Your family's gonna be thinking that you bought these in a restaurant because they're so good. When you're eating these, you have to think Olive Garden. Think Olive Garden, so delicious. They are soft and yummy and delicious. Okay, the meatballs are cooking away in here, so they've been cooking for a few hours. So now I'm gonna add my jar spaghetti sauce in here. You can do homemade if you'd like. Go ahead and look up a recipe with tomato sauce, tomato paste, diced tomatoes, anything you like. I have 2 jars in my pantry, so I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning, garlic, onion powder, and salt and pepper to it, just to make it a little bit better. You can even add a little pinch of, a little more than a pinch, but a tablespoon or so of brown sugar. Really does make a big difference for homemade sauce. Now the last to come out of the oven is the bread. Delicious. This is so good. Cook it for 30 minutes. Bake it for 30 minutes. It's delicious.
things. And then on it, like, Mommy should accidentally make gluten-free.
You're so funny.
And he's like, oh, wow!
Hey! The beautiful thing about this dish is that the meatballs continue to cook all afternoon, so I don't have to worry about doing anything with it. And then about 20 minutes before dinner's ready, I can just boil the water and cook the pasta. Everything's delicious. This is a very easy dish to put together and taste very good and homemade. So, good day of food making in our home. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.